Thanks so much. My name is Andy Curran, and I am the founder of WeVoteProject.org, an exclusive social network for voters and to engage with their elected officials and their candidates. So, how often have you heard that people just don't care about politics? I think a lot of people. And how often do we hear that, there's just no way that any real political change is going to happen because people are just too selfish, too stupid, or too lazy to make a difference in their community to get informed and actually make a difference. Well, apathy as we know it, I believe doesn't actually exist, but rather that we live in a society where we have obstacles and barriers that really keep us from being informed and engaged, and that creates an overall environment of apathy. So let's just start with Beacon Hill. This is a prime example, but it can be used in state legislatures all over the country. State legislatures pass over 99% of all legislation in this country, where Congress only passes just under 1%. Over 24,000 bills were passed last year in state legislatures, and especially in states like Massachusetts and my home state from Nebraska, that have received Fs in transparency ratings from the Sunlight Foundation. A lot of times it's very difficult, almost prohibitively difficult, to get the information that you need to know what your legislators are doing to actually represent you. So this is just an example. Massachusetts, in this state, sometimes you can't even find out how your representatives are voting on certain bills, and it just creates this overall, reason for why would people care if they can't even know what's going on in their state government. The second is public space. Obviously, we've put a price tag on the freedom of expression of ideas in our country. Whoever has the most money is going to have the loudest voice, and that's going to dominate the visual and mental environment, and that is going to mean that you're going to base those decisions off of who's ever spending the most money. And sometimes there's a lot of really great ideas that just don't have the money to really get out there, but it's really important that we hear those ideas so we get the full perspective of what's actually going on, so we can have a full debate on actually what's important and how we move forward as a society. The media, a lot of times in our public debates for president or Congress or even our state legislators, we're given sound bites and we're not able to really know what they're doing. So what we've designed is we see that there's just a huge window of opportunity to connect people to the political process in a new way. And we think that people are willing to put money towards something like this because we donate billions of dollars towards political campaigns and organizations every year. And if you haven't seen WeVoteProject.org, and you're at least somewhat interested in what's going on in your government, most everybody has absolutely loved it. So we actually measure the market opportunity here in three ways. First is the social market, the social forces. Public trust in the government is at an all-time low, and combine that with the amount of money that is being spent in our political campaigns every year, getting higher and higher, and the technology has seemed to completely pass what is going on in government. We're so hyper-connected, yet we can't even connect with our candidates in any kind of meaningful way. So WeVote Project is really just focused on that, and we've designed our product to engage, educate, and empower voters so that voters can verify themselves as real constituents, so that their representatives and politicians can know who they're talking to, creating a more confident conversation online, and getting rid of all the spammers and trolls that might exist out there, and creating an environment where others' ideas aren't, the visibility of them isn't based on the amount of money spent, it's on the quality of the ideas. It's basically a Reddit for government. So, just real quick, what people are saying, PolitiFact.com founder and Pulitzer Prize winner Matt White said verification is our killer feature. And Annabelle Park, founder of the Coffee Party movement, said it's a game changer in government. And this is our team. That's Matt White up front, and that's the rest of the guys. And I just want to thank you for your time, and hopefully you can check out WeVoteProject.org and support our Kickstarter. It's going on right now. 2 questions.
So we can take 2 questions while we're switching the presentations to the next one.
Any questions? Sure.
So there are sort of a politics and voting. Oh,
There's a microphone.
I can be pretty loud. Sorry, guys.
Sure.
Hi. So in this world, the way I look at it, political voting-wise, there are 2 parts. One part of the population, 3 actually. One part of the population is really, really engaged in politics. They are the large contributors to the political campaigns, super PAC. Mm-hmm. Then the second type of population is like, I would vote for presidential elections along with any elections at the same time, right, but largely forgoes the local politics during the off presidential cycles. Then there's a third type of population that basically are not, their voices are not heard. And they're generally either language is a barrier, there are different barriers, social barriers, whatnot. So my question is I didn't hear anything, or if it's your idea about engaging the people to turn out a vote because it is a right and also a responsibility, or am I completely off track about sort of what you're trying to achieve? Forgive me.
We're trying to lower the barrier to entry to participate in your government. And the first thing that you need to do that is to create a more social environment where people aren't so spiteful and thinking that people are just throwing money at a message and just getting bombarded with media and advertisements and things like that. We want to create a social network where you can't buy your status. The only way that you can elevate your status is by contributing good ideas to the community, and other verified registered voters in that community vote it up. And that's a self-governing system that we've created, and we found that it works pretty well. Any other questions? All right, thank you.